What is it about golf and your company that makes it such a good connection?
Well, Mark, Chevron is a company of engineers and scientists, and sustaining our business model requires a continuing supply of those disciplines. So, Chevron's committed to helping bring more kids interest in science, technology, engineering, and math. What we found is when we can use a metaphor that's interesting to them to demonstrate those principles, in this case golf, it helps the kids focus on see how science affects their everyday life. Whether they're a Chevron engineer or just in some other profession, science is inextricably linked to their daily lives. And what we're trying to do is dispel the myths around science that it's too hard, it's too difficult, then not everyone can do it, and get more kids interested in pursuing education in scientific disciplines.
When I was a young child myself, I did not understand the connection between STEM and golf. All I knew was golf. How did you and everybody at Chevron come up with this concept about introducing these kids early on?
Well, we got here through trial and error, to be honest about it, but we were looking for a way that would be interesting to kids and we could grab their attention for a minute or two, entertain them, but also teach them a little bit about scientific principles. So through our partnership with USGA, the Golf Channel, NBC Learn, and our educational partners, we've just continued to evolve and look for ways to link golf, and golf lends itself very well to demonstrating scientific, as acceleration, momentum, velocity, launch angle, all those things that golfers hear and talk about when they're getting fit for clubs or whatever. Well, they're based on science. And so we found ways where kids can put their hands on a golf club, putt on our putting green over there, and the young people manning that exhibit explain to them why it breaks right or left, or why one slows down more than the other does. Or they can come over here and drop a golf ball down a parabola and watch a launch angle, and depending on how much momentum or how much velocity it gets going down that parabola is how far the golf ball goes.
You were talking earlier, Steve, about sustainability and why that's an important initiative for Chevron. When you look at where we are these next 2 weeks, Pinehurst #2, and the restoration that was done by Bill Coore and Ben Crenshaw, is that an important model, do you think, going forward for golf in general, this type of course?
I think it absolutely is. And it is tied to our industry, Mark, as well, because anywhere we work in the world, the availability of water is an issue that we have to deal with front and center. So as golf courses evolve and learn to use less water or less chemicals, people today are more concerned about the environment. They want to know what we're putting on the ground and what runs off into streams and rivers. We certainly are very sensitive to all environmental concerns in our energy operations. And we think there's a link between what Chevron does on the energy side and what golf courses are doing about conservation and getting more efficiency, getting more out of what you have. That's again, another natural partnership.
Steve, our thanks to you for Chevron's commitment to this planet and also to all the young people on this planet.
Well, thanks, Mark. As I said, Chevron is in it for the long view. We take a long view. We're committed some $130 million over the last 5 to 6 years to STEM education, because we do feel it's vitally important, not only to our company, but to the U.S. competitiveness, and no matter what profession it is. But thanks to NBC and NBC Learn for your partnership.
Thanks to you, Steve.